What's going on YouTube? It's Biggs. Man, it's been a while. Sorry about that, guys. So, as I stated in one of the community posts, school just started, so it's been a little crazy trying to find time to study. I also go to clinicals now, spend time with the family and record videos, all that nonsense. Um, so probably gonna stay to like one a week. Try and keep the content a little more dense and the talking points. I know a lot of people have come out and said that they've enjoyed it. Some people don't like me because of it, because of the whole yellow thing. But I did want to say over the weekend we took our pre-release. We scored our pre-release winner Luffy, so that was really cool. I was playing Law. A lot of people were super excited to play Yellow, understandably. They're degenerates. Nah, I'm joking. Awesome people at my stores. Love getting to jam games with them, talking the meta. So a talking point I want for today's video that we can definitely continue in the comments is do we think it's going to be like a rock paper scissors format? One of the guys that I was playing with did mention that's how he feels the meta is going to be. In his opinion, he said Law, Rebecca, Katakuri, and like a triangle effect where Law beats Kata, Kata beats Rebecca, Rebecca beats Law. I thought that was a really interesting point. For consistency over a long tournament, uh, Law is hit or miss, but the games where you're on, and obviously, you're a good pilot, you know how to play the deck, and the matchups, because again, these are new matchups and slightly tweaked ones that you have to be mindful of as you're piloting the deck. So if you haven't been putting in the game, sometimes it can be a little weird. I mean, same could be said for Rebecca. Rebecca is definitely new, and again, if you haven't been jamming games, probably more than you've been playing OP-03 in the last month or two, the deck still might be a little off for you. You still might be making a lot of misplays. So in my opinion, the regionals that's coming up this weekend, I don't expect too much Rebecca to be at the top tables. I could be wrong. Um, but I did want to say, while I do think his point has some legs, I do think there's definitely room for other decks to sneak in there, because I do think that Zoro and Whitebeard are not dead. I do think that you know this still definitely works in some variation. I do think maybe Straw Hats might be the way to go again, specifically just for the consistency for your defensive cards. These splashable Whitebeard cards are good on their own. They don't really need the whole package to be played and get value. Um, and then the inclusion of Sanji again, which I think is just huge, helps a lot into Rebecca. Other decks that want to try and starve you out of resources, green purple Dofi will try and do that to you, and they could, for a little while can do it pretty effectively. It just depends on how your hand plays out towards the end. Which is why I still like John Bay Fiery Doll. I think if you're not playing that in Zoro, it's a mistake. Um, I do think that the regional winners from set 3, the non-event Zoro list, is okay. I just don't think you're going to be able to get away with that anymore when trying to push your game against decks like Green Purple, Blue Black. So I think it's meh. I definitely think, not my deck per se, I haven't even tested this out. This is just something I put on the screen for you guys. But I definitely think Fiery Doll with John Bay is something uh, that needs to be played if you want to succeed. Whitebeard, there's that. Again, Bad Manner Kick Horse, just a really useful tool in helping to fill that void that Radical Beam left. Trying to stuff the two cost event counters is really good, just not great. You know what I mean? It's not terrible, but it's definitely not where I want to be. And just having this ability to pitch, sometimes you get stuck with too many Luffy's in hand or aces or whatever. So this isn't terrible. I do think that the hybrid Garrett Beard or some variation of playing both packages is worth it still. I don't know the numbers. I haven't really been playtesting this. I've been playing a lot of Law, which I definitely still think is one of the best decks, if not arguably the best deck, just because you have so many good matchups everywhere else. But yeah, I definitely think that Dad still works. He beats Katakuri. Zoro has a good shot at beating Katakuri. Yes, you can still be scummed out. Obviously, you can definitely still be scummed out by things like beige, multiple blockers out of life in the end game with no way to clear. Sanji makes it a little more annoying because you can't just do like a Whitebeard attack or something like a Marco to clear Brule or something. So it gets a little annoying. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so the two red decks are still very powerful in my opinion. So I definitely think they're going to creep up. I definitely think that Rebecca gives them a run for their money, just because, like I said in my tier list video, King Gun is a hell of a card against Whitebeard. You may be able to stop one, 15k double attack, but you're not stopping two from just the one character. Sometimes they get into board states where they just do Kong Gun across two bodies, and that's also really a pain. So I definitely think Rebecca has one of the best end game plans against Whitebeard, and especially when we're not being able to, bully our way into wins with multiple 9-drops. Um, that's still really hard. And then only having the Marco and like these cheap blockers that get traded very easily. I'm actually tempted to just get rid of the chopper just because of things like Kairos. But again, I still need to play test and try these out. Yeah, I definitely think that the two red decks are still super good and probably are going to take a big chunk of the metagame this weekend. Just because I don't think a lot of people, or at least the competitive players, were playtesting enough OP-04 to like confidently say, "Oh, I got a good deck for OP-04," or like have a good grasp on the OP-04 new leaders that came out. So I still think 50% or more, definitely more, is still going to be some combination of Zoro Whitebeard for that metagame. Um, Other decks that mess with the little triangle plan that I do think is relevant, especially for like maybe the next week's, or is it next week or whatever the next regional after that is. We definitely still have some room there. What else is there? I don't think Kid is that great anymore. I think if I'm gonna play, this is 05, but if I'm gonna play green, I'm probably just gonna play Don Quixote, just because the film package is way better with the purple cards. Your leader ability is just better at controlling the board. Kid is just a late game finisher. Like he's his own win con, which is really cool. But at the same time, I still think Dofi with 10 drop, and then the rest of the phone package. Let me see if I have it. Oh, it's Bleh. That's what it is. I think it's Bleh. Yeah, so this is probably just the better green deck to play. I also think that this has a shot for winning this weekend, just because there'll be so much red, and I definitely think that strong, competent players who have good fundamentals can definitely leverage Dofi for the win. Um, Lower the volume just a smidge. But yeah, Dofi with this package is extremely powerful, goes late game really well, has a decent Law matchup. Law needs to see a lot of its great cards early, and they can't like miss turns. They have good aggression, but at the same time, like Punk Gibson, Sugars are really annoying. They can also contest board early with you by things like Brook into Anami, into Usopp. Um, so they have ways to combat board early. They have extremely powerful late game and lasting power thanks to Guild to Sorrow, Nami effects. If they string any number of these, sometimes one is just enough, on you, it completely shatters your end game trying to win the game. Unless they're somehow at 0, don't have too many cards in hand, which never happens. At least not early. It takes a while before you can whittle down their hand sometimes. And then you have Luffy, unblockable Luffy as a Law player. So this can still be a pretty rough matchup. But I will say, with Whitebeard being more aggressive and, some combination of John Doll, I actually think Red still isn't out in this matchup. But I definitely think that this is still not a counter, but a very strong way to like contest the red decks that you'll see. Um, and I think that's it. So that's all I'm going to talk about. Let me know what you guys think about the metagame, how you think it's going to shape up. Will we have 2 to 3 decks again? Or will we have, a decently wide open format where maybe like 5 to 6 leaders are going to be at the top? Um, I know, for our game, being in the top 8 is more than enough. If anything, in my opinion, if you're in top 8, you won. For regionals, you get your invites, you get um, your prize cards, etc. So like top 8, in my opinion, is just winning. So I have to stop looking at it like who's going to win first place as opposed to just like who can make it to the top tables. So I definitely think, possibly we do have like, a very strong core of 4 to 5, 6 decks that can definitely make it there. So let me know what you guys think. I would love to have some conversation. Arguments are welcome. Just, again, if you're going to be mean to me, not to other people. um, but today's video, let's hop into it. That's right, it's back to Dad. I just wanted to try it out. I have not been playing any Whitebeard. I didn't invest too much into set 4. There's nothing I really wanted to play um, besides Isho, which is going to be like a fun pet deck, but nothing too serious. Don't take that as me saying that Isho's a good deck. I just like his leader, the character himself, and I just like having fun. I haven't really gotten a chance to like do a lot of fun things with black. In Magic, I was a Golgari or Abzan player, and I just love removal and big bodies, and it's just fun. So I definitely want to give it a shot and play around with that. But other than that, I'm not really investing too much time or resources just because I'm not working right now, or not consistently. So that is part of why I'm going back to Law, besides him just being an amazing deck. So I do want to give Dad another shot. Just with the one of bad manners kit course, man, that's an awkward thing to just spit out sometimes. But I do want to try him out, see how he fares. I definitely think that, you know, maybe 2 is okay, just to again pitch some of these dead cards that get stuck if we draw too many. But Nami again, just super helpful. I bumped up the 2Ks to 14. I think 16 is too high. I've always felt like that was just too much. You just get stuck with too much defense and no offense in hand, and it just feels really awkward. As far as our split between Straw Hats and our Whitebeard Pirates, I'm not sure yet. I think we're at 17 at the moment. Don't quote me on that. But I'm not sure how I want to split this up. Again, I might always default to my tried and true and try another dedicated Whitebeard Pirates with just the added bad manners. But we'll see how this plays out for today. Nothing really new again. Like I said, it's just this one card, and it's just an event. So I'm not going to stay too long in the deck tech. Let's hop into a game. All right, we got our first game into a Zoro player. I don't really want our Chopper now. I would like to have Chopper later. He's going first, or sorry, I'm going first, and I have nothing for a couple of turns, so this is a mull. This is great. We also have our 9 if we want it. I'll take the... I really want to take the 2K, but I'm going to take the guard point. You can go to the bottom since there's nothing to search, and pass. Alright, more restricted cards. If I can hit this safely, depending on how aggressive he is early, this 9-beard can definitely go off for us. Would like to see Luffy off this next Nami. I bumped our Luffy count to 4 for that reason. Alright, so we got a pretty decent curve shaping up here, so let's see how we go. And that's a whiff. That's okay. That's to be expected. We'll leave it like that. Done. We'll just swing 7. And I'll leave 1 on tap just in case. Again, it's still super early. I'm not expecting him to have some crazy aggression here. Most annoying scenario would be like 1 Don leader Whiffs into a beam. Okay. Into like a Zoro. Like trading into Dodon's easy, but trading into Zoro makes it a little awkward. Especially only at 5 Don. Yeah, I think that's best bet. I'm actually going to choose to counter one time, I think. Actually, it's okay. I wonder if he should have used his Don a little better. Again, I'm not sure what he's working with in hand. Thatch, kind of a dead card, unfortunately. We'll just go 6. Not finding Luffy in the top 10 sucked. Not gonna lie. We'll play Frankie. Just because I love him. And I could search again, but honestly, I don't think I care anymore with the way our curve is shaping up. I can honestly just pitch her as a 1K if I need to. And just hold the guard point for any crazy shenanigans. The argument is like, I sub to your channel, I love your content, thank you for what you're sharing, keep going. Hey. Thank you so much. That was really nice. Nice to know I have international viewers. I think on the analytics, out of the 980 of you guys that are sub to the channel, 50% of you, or actually 48% of you are only in the United States, and then the other 52 is spread out across the world. So that's really cool. Thank you guys so much, all my international viewers. You guys rock. Going to 1K. I don't want to drop. I don't mind going to 0, but I also want to pace the damage. It depends on how much he invests here. Like if he goes Magra or okay. I'll do one more. But yeah, if he goes like if he had like multiple Magra or Makino, something to make my life just annoying, it would have been really hard there. This is our 5 into a 7. I mean, if I take it, it's the same thing as going to 0 anyway, so I don't think it matters too much. Problem is if he has Makino swings for 7, like just goes super wide in the swings here and cuts my defense out for later. I don't know. I really don't know. It depends on how much gas he has. I'll take one. It's fine. If he commits to the last card to get one more swing, I'm just going to take it anyway. We'll just go 2 there. Ace doesn't really make any sense here, so I can't really let him keep these, unfortunately, with more gas in hand. Then we'll go. This is still pretty decently heavy Don investment there, so I'm not too worried. And then we'll play the chopper. If he dedicates 5 Don to Marco this, it's not the end of the world. It's actually okay by me. That's annoying. But we're okay. That sucks. I mean, I was gonna defend out, but like, ah man. Next turn we ace this, and we just get more swings in. But GG's. I'm gonna include this in the video just to say my thanks to all the international guys. Got a game. It's a Croc. One of my sleeper picks. One of the decks that I still think is super solid, super underrated against any of the decks that are currently in the format. I elected to go first just to take his go first curve away. We have a 5, 7, and 9, but nothing early. This could be super greedy, but I'm going to try it. That's not helping. But the benefit is that Croc is very slow, especially if he's playing things like that. This guy, or I'm sorry, this girl, which is kind of evidenced by like him playing the Kaya. Like he wants to find something that matters. And again, these are all go first curve cards. He doesn't really have anything on 4 and 6, unless he included Pacifista, which I don't think he did by the looks of it then. We'll just play this out. If it gets bounced, it's whatever. I don't see him committing any of his big removals against that, so. We'll take. Croc doesn't really scare me, like offensively. It's not a big deal. Just putting him on top, so he has a decent 5 that he wants to find. Alright, we'll attack for 6. Attack for 6. I'm so used to playing this matchup from like Eastern set 4, not our set 4. Again, we're all assuming that nothing interesting. We're all assuming that Rad Beam and all that stuff stays limited, so. I definitely have an interesting topic that I'm going to leave the video with. At the end, I'm curious as to what you guys feel about it. It'll be kind of like a mixed video today of just talking points, a couple gameplay videos, and then a spicy take, if you will. I think we just go Luffy again. Just jam face. Because why not? Yep. And then we'll play Chopper. Pretend I have a 1K or 1 cost counter event. Double blocker here is really nice. This is always an interesting card. I definitely don't think it's good though. Double 3,000 worlds? I'll vomit. I'll puke all over my monitor right now. Alright, doesn't have it. We'll Chopper. Just because they have that 2 cost event that bottom decks something. In that case, we'll 2 and a 1. I don't want to lose my pressure, just because their Mihawk turn is coming up. It's just annoying. So we'll go 6 into 4. He blows 2 cards to defend. Is a misplay in my opinion. I don't even know if I want to play my Yuso up, to be honest with you. That's huge information. That means he has no more 2K, or no, hasn't found any 2Ks yet. So put him to 1. Alright, we find a 2K counter, which is huge. Pass. So I just upgraded her to a 2K basically. Our hand's not great though, I'm not gonna lie. The good thing is he would have to commit a lot of Dawn to get rid of our crap blocker. Pretty sure they have no cheap. Yeah, he has to pay attention to the board. So I still get to buy myself a couple turns here, which means I can go Izo. He could Dofi again. Or that. That's annoying. That's hell of an ugh. That's super annoying. I could Marco. I don't think 9-drop does anything for me here. I think deploying double blocker is definitely the way to go, and just making his life miserable. I'm also going to tax his hand here, so I think we do that. We go. You can have 3,000 worlds. And then I'll kind of show my hand here. And reveal I only have the blockers and no event counter. But again, I don't think he's going to be able to answer both and present a lethal attack to me. Yeah, we've just been putting out too much pressure. That's a GG. Alright, we got our final game into Big Mom. I know a lot of debate sometimes on like which is the best yellow leader. I still think it's Katakuri, but Mom is cool. I've always enjoyed her playstyle a little bit. In my opinion, it kind of captured what you wanted to be doing with yellow with the way the life works. The best. Katakuri's future sight thing is really cool, but ow. This is whatever. Not having any early drop to play sucks. We were running 7 searchers. We have no way to fill the gap on 3. So we're looking at a really, really slow hand here, but it's okay. We at least have Marco on 5. So with that said, I'm just going to dump. Take it and pass. This is one of those times though where I feel like Katakuri is just better. 1 Don leverages a big attack here. We'll take, obviously. Kind of changes my play, and I'm just going to go Luffy. Attack 6. Attack 6. Yep. And pass. Unless that's Thunderbolt trigger. Alright, Sanji. Alright, we have more Luffy to leverage. So that's probably going to be our play. The only way I switch up that play is if the next card is like Ace or something. We could just pitch that. Don't need that. What? The Luffy Parade. No, we just attack first. Never play into Thunderbolts that way. They'll be bad. I was about to be bad. Do your attacks first, then play your guy. There's a lot of 2K, man. Nami. We'll find the guard point, I guess, and then leave it like that. Pass. Alright, so we have more than enough counter. If I'm him, you gotta invest something to try and kill at least one. Thunderbolting is too iffy at this point in the game. No 8-drop. It's pretty good for me. But that 7-drop, don't care at all, honestly. Don't think I need. I'm gonna lose it anyway. Rewarded. So let's do this. We'll just attack into Randall. I know his name's Randolph, but in my mind it's Randall. Yep. He doesn't know that I secretly have 3 event counters ready for him. So he's probably thinking, nah, here's the 18k swing, deal with it or die. That's smart. See if you can grab another counter event from me, or a 1K counter. I don't like going too thin though. All right, let's do the math here. All right, so he has 8 Don, 8, 16. That's 10, 16, or sorry, 8. 10, 13, 16, and I just need one more 2K, and I'm safe. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, he doesn't know that I have more than what meets the eye. Okay, so we do this, 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 and this. And sorry, buddy. GG. So as you can see, you know, this new event, on top of just being new for red in general, can be pretty sneaky. Even if you know it exists in the deck, it's like, does he have it though? And being able to represent situations where it's like, oh, he's dead on board. Am I really? Just being able to go 3 event counters when you're only representing 2 is a pretty sneaky way of getting your opponent to all in like he did there. I mean, to be honest with you, he had no rule other out with no life left and Rush Luffy on board. So it's not like he could hide behind blockers. So it was a situation where he just had to go for it, but it also made it seem like I had nothing. So that was really cool. I definitely like the card, but again, I don't know if I want too much of this effect. This is definitely not like, let me run 3 of these to fill the Rad Beam spot. I don't think it's that good. It's actually really bad. It eats away your hand too quickly. But still, I think 1 to 2 copies is probably going to be the staple for Whitebeard going forward. But that's it, guys. That is the video. Stay on the lookout for our next one. That one I can definitely say will probably be controversial, and I can't wait to see how many people flame me for it in the comments. But I hope you guys liked today's video. Whitebeard's still great. Zoro's still good. The format is definitely open, and I can't wait to see how NA adapts this weekend and who's been putting in the work. But that's it for me, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.